Shareholder activism has been growing over the past few decades, and so increasingly it's something seen as just an important part of the capitalist system, to one of the checks and balances, if you will, to keep the companies and the executives and the members of the board on their toes and focused on the company they're supposed to be responsible for and making sure it's performing. In the program, we will talk about the importance of staying focused on value creation, both from the board's perspective, but also from the activist perspective. And we will look at cases where activists were not right about their thesis, and where in fact what would have happened was, had the board followed through on some of their suggestions, value probably would have been destroyed. Everybody who has an interest in market economics and the capitalist system would benefit from understanding the role of shareholder activism and how these folks do their jobs. But more specifically, obviously anybody who serves or works with or might want to become a shareholder activist, so lawyers, advisors. More importantly, I think probably on the other side, any member of a board, any senior executive who's concerned about how they're going to deal with the confrontations they're going to face if and when an activist shows up, and then investors who might be interested in investing, so limited partners who might want to look for another avenue for investing their money. You might want to understand what they're doing with your money, how they're doing what they're doing with your money, in order to feel not just comfortable with what they're doing, but also confident that they're going to give you a good return on your investment. I like to make sure that the people at the end of my program have a solid, holistic understanding of the subject, as well as a holistic understanding, because this is a finance program here at Wharton, the principles of finance, the principles of valuation, the principles of value creation, and how they can check and assess when anything is going to be value creating or value destroying. In this course, it's specific to shareholder activism, but they will come out of this with an awareness of how shareholder activists do their jobs, the nature of the process they undergo in doing the research into the companies, how they approach the companies, how they conduct any public campaigns. For the board of directors side, they'll have a better understanding of how to defend themselves, the nature of the campaigns they're likely to face, and the nature of the thesis often that they're going to face, and how they can defend themselves. But very specifically, in addition to learning all those mechanics and features of shareholder activism, participants of this program will learn how to understand the quality of the argument and whether it does or doesn't support the principles of value creation or value destruction, and how to assess that. This program is very hands-on in the sense that we have several case studies that participants are going to work at. They'll be having to assess, was this a good, valid, credible campaign? Did the points they make actually have merit? Will it be value creating if the board really follows through on what their suggestions are? I want each of the people who go through each of my programs to come away with a stronger skill set around understanding value, how to create it, how to assess it, how to make sure the people around them are creating it. In this case, specifically for the shareholder activism campaigns, I want the members of the board and the executives to be able to identify when a campaign has merit and to take it seriously, and to use that as an opportunity to create more value in their companies.